Greetings, everybody. Sorry for cutting it in two parts, but I am back with the continuation of my Apple collection, the iPhones specifically. So, we already did the original iPhone through the 4S. Um, starting with the iPhone 5. So, we have 6.0.2, which you've seen in a recent video. This is an overseas model. Really cool though, because 6.0.2 is unique to the iPhone 5. 6.1.2, and then 6.1.4. This one's very special. I've had this one since 2017. Here we go. I wrote this label on when I was like 15, so that's why I wrote it the other way. That's just funny. 7 years ago. I believe I did reset it last year, so I no longer have the apps or photos I had on it then. But my iPhone 2nd generation on iOS 2, or the iPhone 3G on iOS 2, has a lot of stuff from then. So, and I got 7.1.2, pretty cool, 8.0.2, which is really cool. And then I got 8.4.1 jailbroken with Cool Booter, so I can downgrade it to like 6.1.3, which is really cool, or 6.1.4. 9.3.2. And 10.3.4, nothing special. So, really cool. And I wish that I could include a custom orange iPhone 5 in this video, but I can't get it to activate on 6.0.2. So, I'm still getting that worked out. And hopefully I'll be able to make a video on that one soon. 5Cs, I only have 3 5Cs, nothing special. One is really cool though, because my white one is on 7.0, which is amazing. I get a blue 7.1.1, and then a yellow 8.4. There was no other reason to get me a iOS 9 or iOS 10 one, because it's the same as the iPhone 5, so, and nothing really special with iOS 9 or 10 on the iPhone 5C. So, I've had a few iOS 9 ones in the past, so I think in green. So I really do want another green iPhone 5C though. But if I get one, I want it to be on iOS 7. So, pretty much. So, same thing with pink, but really cool on design for the 5C. And then of course the 5S's. So the first 64-bit architecture iPhone. Amazing. So, obviously, these out. Most of these are gold. I got some interesting 5S's here. Luckily I have the trifecta for iOS 7. I got silver 7.0.4, gold 7.1, and space gray or black 7.1.2. I would like a 64 gig on iOS 7 at some point, if I can find one. Gold, hopefully. On an early version of iOS 7. That'd be really cool. So those are iOS 7. I do have iOS 8.3. There we go. 8.4, 64 gig, which is pretty special. I also got this iCloud unlocked because this iPhone I got for free from my local Target, and it had FMI on, but no passcode. But some contact information was in the notes, so I was able to email them, and they got the iCloud removed, which was really cool. So I was able to unlock it and reset it up on my own Apple ID on iOS 8.4, so which is awesome. And then 9.3, just 9.3, I think, 64 gig. 32 gig, 10.3.2. Amazing. I believe that one I also got for free. 11.3, very bad battery. This one's only at like 60-something%. Like, yeah, right. It's pretty bad. And then 12.5.7, nothing special. Also a pretty bad battery. So those are the 5Ss that I have. Now for the real good shit. This is where stuff gets fun, right? The newer devices, the iPhones that can still be activated and used as an actual cell phone to this day in 2024, on a US carrier at least. I believe you can still activate in other countries the original iPhone 3G and 3GS models. I could be wrong though. But we have only 3 iPhone 6s. Really, so I decided anything past the 5S and the SE 2016 model, first gen, I am going to decide there's no other reason I'm going to get every single iOS version for every, only like their original and have multiple of the originals and their latest version. And maybe like one or two in the middle here and there, kind of like semi-rare. So, I have a blacker space gray, 8.1.1. I have this one I just got. You just saw a video about it. Open boxed 8.1.2. These are sadly both just 16 gigs though. If I finally get a gold one, I've been looking for a gold one for so long. And then 12.5.7. So nothing special. There's no other reason to get iOS 9, 10, or 11 because, yeah, because anything, yeah. So yeah. So I just kind of figured out it would get tedious. So collecting that way from the iPhone 6 onward. So, but, and then the 6Ss and SEs. So, we got, I don't have a 6 Plus yet. I do want a 6 Plus at some point. I just hasn't been high on my list because, I don't know. But we do have a 6S Plus on 9.3.2. And I got some regular size 6S's here. I got 9.0.1, really cool. 64 gig as well, which is really cool. Rose gold, this one I've had for years. I believe 2019, maybe 2020, I can't remember. 9.3.2, 16 gig. Really cool. I got this for a really good deal, I remember. I got iOS 13, bad shape, bad battery, bad screen. But I got it for free, so from Target. So, really cool. And then iOS 15, so nothing special about that one. I did have an iOS 11 one for a long time, but I did end up selling that one last year, I think. Sleeping with iPhone 7. So those are the 6S family models. Now for the SE first gens. So this one, I do have one on every iOS version that supported the iPhone SE. So let me lay it out one more time. All right, so for the SEs, we have a nice silver 64 gig 9.3.2. We have a black 9.3.5 in a cool case. So those are my two iOS 9 ones. Yes, I did have a gold one too for a very long time, if you remember on this channel. Unfortunately, that one has parted ways, unfortunately. Kind of a long private story. But, yeah. But I do have a demo one that I'll be showing in one of my future videos coming up. Apple collection. But then we have 10.0.2. And then really cool because early versions of iOS 10 are pretty tricky, so, to come by. So, although I do have an iPhone 7 on 10.0.2 as well. And then 10.3.3, nice rose gold. This one I've had since 2017. Amazing. This one's on a Canadian Bell Mobility. Really cool. 10.3.3. This one also still has a lot of 32-bit apps on it too, which is amazing. And then I do have, yes, this is running iOS 11, also rose gold. But it's a little bent, so that's why I do have it in the case right now. I do have a lot of cases right here. I just took them off to confirm the iOS, so that's why. But yep, iOS 11.3, a little bent, so that's why it's in the case. 12.4, really cool, gold. And then we have iOS 13.6, which is amazing. And then iOS 14.8, pretty cool. And then 15.7. Yeah, the latest version it can run. So nothing special there. Still pretty cool because the SE was still wicked fast on iOS 15. So awesome stuff there. iPhone 7s. Here we go. So we do have one iPhone 7 Plus here. 10.3.3. This one I got not that long ago. I think sometime in April. Really cool. I do have the original box for it as well. It was open box, so it was awesome. And then the free small size iPhone 7s. I do have a jet black 10.0.2. Really hard to come by. Early version of iOS 10. 128 gig. Amazing. Does have some cracks, unfortunately, but that is okay. I do have 10.3.3. This one I remember having since 2018. 256 gig though, max storage, silver. And then I have rose gold. You can guess iOS 15, nothing special. But I do love the rose gold color. And now for the iPhone 8 slash iPhone 10s. So, I don't have an 8 Plus on iOS 11 yet, but I really want a red one. Those are hard to find. But we do have a silver 64 gig. This one I got for free, but it needed a screen and battery replacement. This one is on the latest iOS 16 that it can run, so can't run iOS 17 or beyond. That's okay. This is what most people had throughout high school, so that is why this iPhone has a special place in my heart. So, and then I do have an iPhone 10 in silver, 11.3.1, 64 gig. A little bit beat up, a little bit scratched up, but not cracked. So, very happy because it was a pain to find an iPhone 10 on iOS 11. So, I was looking for one for years, and I finally found one last summer. So, and then a 2 iPhone 8s regular size, iOS 11.3.1. This one I've had since April of 2018, and then 15.7, which I believe is the latest it can run. No, iOS 16, never mind. I believe can get the iPhone 8, but this one I still have on iOS 15.7. So, not sure why I never updated it further. So those are the iPhone 8s slash iPhone 10s. iPhone 10s, I don't have a 10R yet, but I do have, I still need an iPhone 10s that's running the latest iOS, but we do have two rare ones. I have a 10s silver, 12.1.4, and then 12.3.1, so a nice gold. So the 12.3.1 one is kind of beat up by scratches, that's okay. This one is in better condition. So a nice 10 and 10s running their original iOS 12. So awesome. And now for the real new ones. So we have so I don't have a regular iPhone 11 yet, but I do want one in a nice turquoise color. But we do have an iPhone 11 Pro Max, 64 gig green on its original iOS 13.0. which is amazing, that I got last summer. Very scratched up though. My leg is really starting to hurt, but that's okay. And then this one I just got, you've seen in a recent video, 512 gigabyte, 13.3, regular sized 11 Pro. Amazing, with a nice screen protector. And then I do have a 11 Pro on the latest iOS. This one's actually running iOS 18 beta, which I plan on making a video about soon. So, really cool. So, all in midnight green, which is crazy. I'm just obsessed with the midnight green 11 Pro. So, and then I got the SE second gens. So we have 13.6L1 in white. And I do have iOS 16.4. This one's actually still on beta firmware of 16.4 in a nice red color. And then iOS 17 on the black one. So, nothing overly special there. iPhone 12s / 12 mini. I got a blue 12 mini. This one's very special. I've had this since October 2020 when it first came out. I told a story about this one, how I got this one. My first ever T-Mobile contract. iOS 14.8. Really cool. And then I got 14.1 on the black iPhone 12 here, which I've shown in a recent video. And then iPhone 12 on the latest iOS that it can currently run. So, awesome. Which is iOS 17.5. So, really cool. Now, for some real special, so we have, for the A15 devices, I have, the 13 mini on iOS 15.7. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max on, it's a 1 terabyte model on iOS 15.2. And then, which is amazing. And then we have SE third gen on the latest iOS it can run. So, really cool. And last but not least, I sadly don't have any 14s on, or 14 Pros. I still need an iPhone 14 Pro on iOS 16 at some point. I have one as my main iPhone on iOS 17. But I still need iOS 16 at some point, and I also need a 12 Pro Max on iOS 14. But I do have it's in a case, but you'll trust me that it is running 15 Pro in blue in a nice Apple case here on iOS 17.1. So, there you go. So, there you go. The latest 15 Pro, there you go. So, there you go. So, that is my entire iPhone collection. So, I already did iPads, iPod Touches, iPhones. I still have to do demo units, and every Apple device in my room, so, which is coming up. And I think that is it. I have 2 more parts to do. I could showcase some boxes. Well, I got a lot of boxes. And yeah, and I got a lot of cases right here, so a lot of SIM cards. But yeah, so that is about every iPhone I have, except for the ones that that I didn't show yet, that I said at the beginning of part 1. So, but yeah, so peace out, everybody.